staying with the point of safeties and their run support keys and reads, something that you may hear many times is, well, how do you get a 9-man front or at least an 8-man front when a team goes spread? Well, the key thing is, or the key word is, how about cutback? Who's the cutback player? And are the two safeties, are they using their technique? So, for example, in this case, let's say for whatever reason we get some kind of downhill flow, which we'll call stack flow. The key thing is on this right here, if he's reading his key properly, he should be coming up right up in here. He's the primary force guy, he's going to be primary force in this case. He's got this gap, he's got the C gap, there's your B gap player, there's your A gap player based on this front, and there's your C gap player. And that right there, he's going to go ahead and attack his gap. If we get that downhill flow, he's going to come up in here and double check here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. If flows away, he's going to come tight right here to that gap and play football. We're going to get this guy for cutback here, and this guy's going to come up in here. So you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And truly, it can happen that way, but the key is this guy has got to fold down. And what we tell him is, if you see flow away and the ball's up in here and you see flow back away, he has to really work hard to squeeze that area down, because he also, we dictate to him that he's got to help on reverse, okay, or anything back that's fake or trickery this way. So he can't be going all the way past that center, but he'll come up in here and he'll kind of sit right up in there. And he's looking for any kind of counteraction or any kind of cutback back to him. Same thing with this guy. This guy sees that. He's got cutback. And what he's going to do is he's going to come hard right now. Now, many times what will happen is these two right here, if we're in the middle of the field, they'll spread us out here. And if we get on film that's going on and we have to widen him, then what will happen is he will be cut back up in here, and then what will happen is he will be late, and he still has reverse, but he's going to work hard to get back up in that box. So, it depends on who we play. Both of these gentlemen know he may have cut back tight here or here, but it depends on how far that whip backer is. If you got a team that's not playing a spread wide open offense, then why bring him at 10 yards all the way up in here when you got him playing right here and he can play right there when he's only like a yard or two away from his gap or his cutback area? So that's how we play that, and both of them understand on both sides. We don't feel that it's a lot of teaching, because they know based on formation. Once again, the beginning of the presentation, I said everybody in the secondary and linebackers must understand formation. So this is part of the teaching process, and it's worked really well for us. Cornerbacks, they key and read the quarterback triangle. And some people say, what's a quarterback triangle? Well, I can make it real simple for you. Let's just take half line, which we've talked about in another presentation before, and let's talk about triangle. And let's talk about this right here. Let's say we have two receivers, just so that you know. Let's have two backs. Let's have 21 personnel, and what we're going to have is twins, and it's going to be twins right or right twins, however you want to say it. That cornerback, let's say he's got cover 3. He's going to be, once again, 1 and 7. And let's say it's cover 3 with the rolled up safety, the rovers here, free safeties here. Okay, and actually what we're going to do is we're going to roll rover up here. Let's play free here. Strong safety stays on the tight end side, 2 by 2. He's used to playing it, but we flip-flop. We flip-flop. So rover's going to be staying on the right side. We'll flip-flop or we'll stay. Actually, this year we're staying, We're going to stay on our side, and so we don't have to flip-flop because we used to flip-flop. I'm sorry. So rover has got to be able to play, the tight end or off on the tight end, and then we got strong safety is going to stay on his side, and he's going to go ahead and play cover 3. So in this case, then, we have this, and we have this alignment here. The triangle, what we call a triangle, is up in here, through the quarterback, up to that number 1 receiver, and right up in there as we get to our third. And it's easier than what you think. Okay? He's going to, what I've always called, and I was taught by my brother, Kevin Sims, that played for the General, Coach Alt, up at the University of Nevada, Reno, what they used to teach when my brother played there. And they had they went to the national championship that year. On their corners, and I still believe in it, they call it shuffle, shuffle, bail for the corners. And the reason why they call it shuffle, shuffle, bail is because this shuffle, shuffle, bail out allows the corner to assist on secondary speed flow support in the run game. Shuffle, shuffle, bail. And the shuffle still takes him to like 10 to 12 yards before the number 1 receiver is breaking his cushion. Helping the run support game, still being able to bail out and still not have his cushion broken. And it's a great technique to teach reading the triangle because his body and eyes are turned reading that triangle. Now, the first triangle, low hat read, run. High hat read, pass. Quarterback, peripheral vision to the number 1 receiver, boom, the triangle. And that's what we call the triangle here. The cornerbacks also have something that we call secondary run support. Secondary run support is coming from the outside in, or we've always taught outside in, but if they get loose and have to come inside out, before that guy can get outside, we don't teach them that, but we've seen it happen, and sometimes most of the time, they're quick enough to do that. We'll correct it at practice, but we don't say too much because they do a pretty good job of trying to get off blocks. Now, what I mean by that, and I know some of you are probably saying, what? That's not good. No, it's not. But sometimes, as you well know, if you've ever played the game of football, you know that you're taught a technique, but every once in a while, you may not use that technique, but you're going to make the tackle. And that's what we're saying. We correct it, but they still sometimes will come on secondary run support inside out because maybe that receiver, because they're 7-by-1, comes like this and comes outside in on them. They weave the back pedal, so they got him outside. He's trying to work to get outside with his hands. He can't, so he'll rip inside and come back out and still make that tackle on secondary run support. I've seen it happen many times. But we try to correct him and say, don't use that unless it's a last resort. But we try to tell him not to use it.